Hi, my name is Lena Fowler. I'm a senior product designer on the fulfillment team, and today I'm going to be walking us through a heuristics evaluation for a UX scorecard I did for purchasing a premium subscription for a self-managed instance. So the scenario is I am a development team leader and a new user to GitLab, and I have decided to purchase a premium subscription for my self-managed instance. So let's jump in. Okay, so the first thing, I go to our marketing page, and the first thing that stands out to me is that there's three different subscriptions that I can pick from. I know that there's three different little buttons here that I can click. I know that I want a self-managed instance because I want to host it, and I want to install GitLab on my own setup, so I'm going to click that. And then through here, I started reading through all of the different features that I get with each subscription. I feel like overall this page was very pleasing to look at. I like the colors. I like the fact that we use this gray for the free. That was a second indication that this is the lowest tiered. It was also nice to see, okay, I get two features with the free version, but I get all of this with the premium. So it seems like I get a lot more um, with the purchase subscription than with the free, which is nice. And then for this one also looks very expensive. It looks like it's the most expensive out of the three, just with the coloring and everything on that. And so anyways, I ended up clicking the self-managed. I clicked on the Buy GitLab Premium. And then the other thing I wanted to call out is I did actually really like this Chat with us now button. That stood out to me, kind of popped up and said, hey, if you have any questions. I really like chat features because I feel like they're really quick to get answers to your questions. So I did like that. But anyways, just wanted to call that out as well. So I clicked on self-manage. I clicked on buy GitLab Premium. It then brought me to this page up here, which was definitely a lot less pleasing to the eye, a lot of white space here. It looked like it was a completely different application I was in. I was not expecting this page after I clicked on the buy GitLab Premium or uh, the premium subscription button. And the one thing that I found myself looking for is like first there was this big chunk of text that I honestly didn't even read because there was so much text. I just felt a little bit overwhelmed, so I just didn't even read it. And then kind of just glanced over it a little bit. And then on this page, I was looking for more of a register button or like register, sign up for an account type of button. I thought it would be like next to this one, continue with your GitLab account, but this was the only predominant button on the screen. So I wasn't quite sure where to go from here. I saw this sign in with your email button and I thought, okay, well, if I can get to a sign in screen, then maybe I can, most sign in screens have a register for an account. And so that's where my mind went. So I clicked on sign in with your email, hoping that it would take me to some type of screen. So this is what I expected to see when I got there, um, entering in an email address. However, I still didn't see like a register for a new account button, but I did see register for an account down here. That was a link button, and I clicked on that. And unfortunately, it looped me back to this same page. So I clicked on that and it came back to this page and kind of was like a frustrating process because I didn't know where to go from here. It still didn't make sense to me to click on this button because I didn't have a GitLab account. However, it was the biggest button on the screen and I kind of read through all this and I didn't know where to go from here. So I just clicked on it just because it was the biggest button on the screen, not that it made any sense for me to click on it. However, it did end up bringing me to this screen, which is what I thought I would be seeing previously. To have this section, don't have an account yet, register now. And so I clicked on that button. And then finally, I got to the screen that I was looking for. So to get to this screen, it was a very frustrating process. I had to go through a ton of unnecessary clicks, looping through the process. Um, it would have been nice if on this screen, it just had a button next to this one that said sign up for a new account, and it took me directly to this screen. That's what I was hoping for. Um, anyway, once I ended up getting to this screen, however, it was a very easy, simple process to sign up. Entered in my first and last name, username information. I also like that we have the different options to sign up with Google, GitHub, Bitbucket, if I wanted to use those accounts to sign up for for an account here. So did like that. And then I went through the verification process, a very simple verification process. I had to verify my email address. They sent me a link, or they sent me a email verification code. I typed that in and then hit verify my email. Same with my phone number. Uh, very straightforward process. It took like under 30 seconds for me to get the email and the verification code to my phone. So very, very easy and straightforward. No problems there. The only thing I would say I would have liked to see is after I have verified everything, I wouldn't have had to click on the next button again, because after I click verify phone number, or it had me click next before I could get to this page, which it would have been nice just to if a verification page just came up and said, "Hey, you're all verified," and it redirected me automatically to this page because it was kind of obvious that I wanted to go to the next page from there. Since there was nothing else I could do on that page. But anyways, that took me to, so after I clicked on verification, after I got the verification done, it took me to this page where I could select a role and answered some questions like, why am I signing up for GitLab? This was very easy to follow. Nothing was too confusing about it. There were a couple things that I thought that stuck out to me that could be fixed. Like this actually, this text right here looked like it didn't go with the top part. It honestly looked like it was a separate radio button. The only difference is it was a little bit lighter than the text above. But I would expect if this text belonged to the label, it would be indented or it would be a smaller text. But it looked so similar in size and everything to the text above that I was a little confused by that. But overall, not a bad process. I did think as I was looking at this, it would be nice to, if I wasn't sure to join a project or create a new project, it would be nice if there was a third option that just said, decide this later or something like that. So I didn't have to create a new project or join a project in order to proceed. But anyways, I just clicked on create a new project and I clicked get started. And then it brought me to this screen, which at this point in the process, I was kind of starting to think, okay, how many more screens do I have left? I feel like I've been continuously entering in information at this point, and it would be nice if there was an indicator on the bottom that showed, hey, I'm at, step 3 in the process of this sign up, and there's like one more screen to go, or something like that. Some type of bar at the bottom that showed steps where I was at in the sign up process. I feel like that would have been very nice visually for me to see, because then I could say, okay, I get to this screen. There's only one more screen after it. There's not like 5 more after this. So I entered in my account details, very self-explanatory, asked me the company name and organization and such. This was automatically filled in, which made it nice because it just pulled from the details. I didn't have to retype my name in, which was nice, but it seemed kind of unnecessary because I had already entered in my first and last name. So it seemed kind of strange that they were asking for my first and last name again when I had already entered it in previously in the sign up page. But it wasn't necessarily a negative experience. I just thought it was more unnecessary than anything. Anyways, after I entered in all that information, I clicked continue. And then it brought me to this subscription page where I could see, okay, here we go. This is where I'm purchasing. This is kind of the final screen that I'm getting to where I enter in my credit card information and actually purchase the subscription. So overall, this page was very straightforward. I can see that this is the subscription that I'm buying. This is the price that I'm paying for my new license. It shows how many users. So I could type in however many users times this amount. That made a lot of sense. It shows the new license, how long the license is for. So I can see that it's for basically a year, and I can show I can see all those details on the left. And then on the right, very, straightforward credit card payment. There's a credit card number, expiration date, your CVV code. All of that is very straightforward, and I didn't get lost on this page at all. It was very easy to understand. So I entered in all of that, and then I clicked on buy my subscription or buy subscription. And then it took me to a page that looked like this. Subscription purchase successful, which was great. I feel like that was what I was expecting. I was expecting to get some sort of confirmation that the payment went through. And then it was nice. It had a CTA on here of what to do next. So, hey, click here to get your activation code. So I then clicked on that. It showed this screen where it had my activation code in this field. I could easily copy it, which I like that it had the copy button here. And from here, I didn't really know what to do from here to activate my account. Because now that I purchased it and I had the activation code, I noticed that there was this activate your subscription link, and I clicked on that and was happy to see that it had just some really nice steps right here that I could read through to activate my account. I was a little taken back that I needed to read documentation in order to activate my account. It seemed like it should have been a very straightforward process from here that I just clicked a button and it took me where I needed to go to activate it. But I did end up, clicking on this. It opened up the documentation. The documentation was easy to follow. It showed me I needed to sign into my GitLab instance. So I signed in. And then the one thing I did notice as I did have to, once I signed in, I did have to hop back and forth from the documentation to this screen. Because at first I wasn't seeing this admin area button. It was completely out of view. I was looking up here, thinking that admin area would be under this list, but it wasn't located there. And then I saw this button down at the bottom. So then I clicked on that and then I went back to the documentation. I said, okay, what's my next step? Okay, I need to select subscription. So then I went back here, selected subscription. And then once I got to this screen, it was very self-explanatory and I didn't need to go back to the documentation. I knew that I just needed to enter in my activation code here, click activate. And so that's what I did. And then it activated my subscription and I got this confirmation that it's activated and I have access to all these features in premium now. So overall, that process wasn't too difficult. I did feel like it could be simplified, and I did like that it was well documented if I got lost, so I could just go back to this documentation. But I almost felt like from this screen, it would have been nice to have some sort of flow of like it clicked on a button and it brought me to this area or something to have it a little bit more connected because I felt a little bit lost in how to activate my subscription. But overall, I gave it a benchmark rating of a C minus, and that was mainly because of this looping process I found very frustrating. And I only ended up getting to this screen by like just kind of clicking randomly, which I don't feel like is a good experience. I feel like this really needs to be fixed. And so it started out really nice and then it got frustrating, very, very frustrating. And then it got a little bit better as I started moving through the process. And then it kind of leveled out down here of being kind of just not a horrible experience, but not a super great one. So that wraps up this UX scorecard. Thank you very much.